Hey guys, it's the morning of November 14th, and I came in here. I've been on about a 2 week trip here, pretty close. I worked some the first week in November and everything, um, really odd hours to try to be in a tree as much as I could and stuff. And now I've taken actual PTO to really focus on hunting and stuff here the last 7-8 days, and it has been a grind. And I came in this morning and I am hunting an area that I hunted a week ago, and it has, since then, it has 3 scrapes that have opened up. And this morning, right away, 2 minutes before first light, I had what I believe was a forky come through, work the licking branch. About an hour later, I had a doe and a fawn come through, and I was literally to the point, like I've got 3 tags in 3 different states, and I hadn't shot a buck yet. And I was literally thinking about shooting that doe, because I want to get some meat in the freezer too. I don't want to go home empty-handed. So I drew back on her. I settled my pin on her, and I thought about, kind of filling my tag right there and stuff, but decided not to. Well, it ends up being a situation where it's, a good thing I didn't, because now I just shot a really nice buck that came in and did the exact same thing, came out of that bedding, filtered in here, worked the licking branch, and I shot him at 15 yards. I hit him perfectly. I feel like maybe could have been a titch more forward and stuff, but really loved my shot and everything, and I was able to really settle that pin and make a good shot. And he ran up and died. He ran 20 yards, stopped, and just folded and died right in front of me. So he's right there. I'm looking at him and everything. So I'm going to play the shot for you here, and then I'll go over kind of why I think this worked and stuff. So all right, so yeah, this spot sets up so well. I think just the main thing is that I'm really close to security cover. Our sits, I'm out here with a buddy, and our sits lately have been, we're kind of in that period right now in November 13th, 14th, where we're seeing a lot of deer like out in weird places. Bucks. Yesterday on my way in, I watched a buck standing up, and just like, I actually stopped to put the binoculars on him and stuff. He was just on a fence line in the middle of a field. I'm sure he had a doe bedded down right there that he was tending. So obviously there's a lot of breeding going on right now. And it really, my focus has been to try to get as tight to cover, either directly within the security cover, which I would like to, if I can hunt that effectively, where your sun's not blowing all over, and you can, be within that security cover, or like I'm in right now, where you are really tight to security cover. So I am just off this. The best bedding in this stretch of timber right here is only, it's 7,500 yards that direction. And this buck slipped right out of that bedding and came right in to check this scrape to see what was going on with it. And you saw, I actually had another buck come out of the bedding as I was videoing the buck that I killed, and he was another great buck. He came out of the bedding and he worked up here, and he just kind of worked up about 50 yards from me and everything like that. So yeah, it's I'm so thrilled with this buck, because I started this trip on just a really bad note, where I made a bad shot. It was a situation where those hectic situations sometimes that we get in as bow hunters. This buck came in directly to my tree. It was November 3rd, early in my trip. He came in, and I'm hunting 3 different states, so I'm like trying to, basically get as much as I can out of this 2 weeks as I can at the first parts of November. So I was excited to shoot that deer, and but he comes to the base of my tree. He picks up my ground scent. He ends up running out just a little bit and stopping, and then he veered off and ran off, and I stopped right in my shooting lane. And it should have been an easy shot. I should have drilled that deer, but I didn't because I rushed it. In those moments when it's just instinctive in your mind, at least it is for me, to think I need to get this arrow off now because he's already spooked and he's going to get out of here. When in reality, I think that deer would have stayed there as long as I needed to settle that pin and make a good shot. So I pulled it bad, shot really high. I ended up going through I hit above the spine. It was classic kind of a situation where we brought my dog in, and his body language is indicating it was not a mortal wound. I actually reached out to a dog tracker that I know, who I sent him video and pictures of it and stuff too. And he, from both the photo and the video, he said, "Yeah, I believe that is through the meat above the spine." So that took a while to get past. And I just, on this shot here, when this buck came in, now this should be a gimme shot. I understand that it's 15 yards, but I really focused on, you just have to focus on, doing what you can to talk yourself through the shot process. So when this buck came in, the first thing I said to myself was, he's going to stop at that scrape. I said, go through your shot process. So I drew back and I just said, like, settle the pin above the shoulder, above the leg, pick the spot. And I set the pin, and then I just kind of shifted my mental focus to just that spot I wanted to hit and to let it float there. And then I just pulled through on the shot and everything. And I don't know, you need a shot like that after you make a bad shot. It just feels so good to get another opportunity, and to make a good shot and everything like that. So I'm just really thankful for this deer, and excited. I'm going to go meet my buddy and come back out here, and we'll get it all taken care of. So